I made a return of 700% on my crypto investment. It definitely wasn't an easy ride. I made a lot of mistakes, and here's how you can avoid some of those mistakes. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is HM and welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about what helped me reach 700% gains in my crypto investment, and I'm also going to explain to you guys what I did wrong and how you guys can avoid it. Now let's start by talking about the first point, and that is zoom out. Now I get it. Sometimes day trading sounds a lot of fun. You can think that, okay, I can invest $1,000 and if I make a 10% gain, that's $100 a day, which is great on paper. Now here's why I think this is not the best case scenario. Now, although I do think that many day traders can do very well, I actually day traded myself and I was somewhat successful. However, here's what I don't like about day trading or zooming in and looking into the smaller time frames. Number one is I was always on the charts, constantly. Day and night I had alarms set in case the price of Bitcoin hits a certain amount, it beeps and I wake up and I continue, which is definitely unhealthy for me and to anyone actually. So that was number one. I had no limits when I was actually trading. I always traded 24/7 no matter what. And the amount of gains that I made compared to the amount of gains I made by buying and dollar cost averaging and holding long term is nowhere to be compared, because I made so much more gains, actually 700%, when I dollar cost average and bought and held and when I zoomed out. The other benefit of zooming out is actually you don't see all these price fluctuations, because these actually can really get to you and definitely they trigger your emotions. It could be fear and greed. You can see it going up so much and you can see it going down so much, while if you zoom out to the daily or the weekly and you look at it and you see, okay, it's just a tiny wick, which is nothing. It definitely helps put things into perspective. Also, looking at it from a long-term perspective gives you a chance to see things more clearly and taking a look, okay, right now Bitcoin is at $40,000, then we still need to go up and down, and even when you see those huge crashes where everyone calls for that's the end of the world, that Bitcoin is going to 20K, this one definitely helps put it into perspective and helps you say, oh, okay, well, we just corrected 30% because we've been going up for the past 2 months and that's just healthy and that's just how it is. However, looking at the hourly, you're going to see something crazy. We're going to see everything going down, down, down. You're going to see that we're making lower highs, lower lows, and it's the end of the world. The second thing that helped me make all these gains is the mindset of when things are going well and when it goes up, just relax, consider taking some profits. And when everything goes down and when everyone's going crazy and when everyone's being fearful, here's when you buy. I'll explain. So earlier, what we saw was a huge dip all the way from 64,000 all the way down to 30,000. Now, as we approached the level of 30,000 right there, or 29,000, everyone panicked and everyone called for Bitcoin going to 20K, absolutely 200%. Now, taking a look at this, if you were here, you would have been scared. But on the other side, you know what I did? I bought more, because chances are we're going to bounce off of this. After we see this huge sell-off from here all the way down, chances are we're going to bounce up, which we did. We've been going up for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days we've been in the green. And for some people who are saying that, okay, we crashed, we're not going to go above 40K, well, it's just a small correction that happened after, or that is happening right now, after we made a 9-day run up, and this is perfectly normal and it's actually healthy for the market. So what many people do is the following. They see Bitcoin going up 60K right here, they just automatically buy. At this point, everyone's taking excessive risk, so everyone believes that Bitcoin is going to 100K from now, there's no going back. But the downside is so high, because after a run up from 20K all the way to 60K in a few months, it's very risky to actually enter a trade, or even worse, even let go leverage and borrow money in order to actually make even more gains. So that's how many people got wrecked. That's how the price dropped so much. So what you can do instead is, when everything is going well, when it's going up, maybe sit this one out and just calm down, or just find a better buying opportunity. For example, right here, when we saw the run up to 40K, maybe don't panic and buy at 40K, wait for it to go further down, and you would have probably bought it at 30K. And same goes to here. I'm not saying whether you should buy or not right now. That all depends on your risk profile and how much you want to risk it. But personally, I wouldn't buy right now after this run up. I would wait for maybe a dip back down to either 36K or maybe even to, well, I would say 36K sounds reasonable, 35K, and maybe I would buy more there before we can actually go back up, test the previous resistance, and maybe go back further and make this as a support. That's the way to think of it, guys. And all this is tied back to the previous point, and that is zooming out, because let's take a look. Let me turn off the drawings and let's take a look at the hourly. Check this out. First off, you don't understand anything. Like, what is going on? What's this trend, right? So the hourly seems like we reached the top right here. But if you zoom out to the, that's actually the 2 hour. If you zoom out to the daily, for example, it seems like that's just fine. That's just a small correction. That's why I always say zoom out and look at things from a wider perspective and from a larger time frame. So always, guys, as cliche as this sounds, when everyone's greedy, you have to be fearful. When everyone's fearful, you have to be greedy. Now, this is probably overused in this market and in any market and in business overall. However, it's definitely true 100% and it works almost all the time. The third way I was able to make 700% gains is by cutting out all the noise in the space. The way you do that is when you wake up, let's say, and you actually want to take a look at the markets and analyze it. Don't look at any other YouTuber, don't open Twitter, don't open Instagram, just you. Open up TradingView or whatever platform you use and take a look at it. What do you see? What do you think you see? Forget your biases, forget what you want, forget the fact that you actually bought Bitcoin and you want to go to 100K. Forget all that. Take a look at it, analyze it, don't listen to anyone else. Forget the news, forget CNBC or BBC or anyone saying that Bitcoin is going to the moon, or forget them saying that Bitcoin is crashing to zero and it was banned in China. Forget all of those. Just look at it, think about your perspective, think about what money you're willing to lose and how risk averse you are or how much risk you're willing to take, and decide on that. Then what you can do is go to YouTube or Twitter, find your favorite page on Twitter or your favorite crypto YouTuber and take a look at what they have to say. You can agree, you can disagree, just take a look at others. At the end of the day, it should be your decision and your decision only, which helped me actually reach these gains. When I said I reached these gains, I actually reached 700% profit at a point in time when we were at the all-time highs. However, I did not secure profits at all, meaning that those 700% gains were just on paper. Right now, I went back down and I'm probably about 200% up, which is still an amazing profit, and maybe I should take profits right now. However, my point is, when things are going up, take profits. Try to be less greedy than others and try to understand that when you make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8x in my situation, it's good to take some profits. Don't cash out everything. You don't have to. If you believe Bitcoin is going to 100K and right now you made, let's say, $5,000 on your position, it's good to maybe take out maybe your initial investment or take out half of your profits, whatever. Just something to cover yourself and to actually notice that, okay, I benefited from this. Now, this doesn't apply to everyone because personally, I would want to make money off of those markets. Now, if you're someone who's a long-term investor and you just want to buy crypto or Bitcoin or any other thing and store it on cold storage and leave it for the next 10 years, then this doesn't apply to you. Just buy it and forget about it and don't even open any charts and don't even think about the price of Bitcoin because it's not going to matter. At the end of the day, it's going to go somewhere. But personally, I would like to benefit from these markets and maybe even pay some bills using my investments because they're just generating money by me not doing any work except for managing them every now and then. So if you're someone who would want to make some money off of crypto and not by day trading and always being on the charts, your best bet is actually dollar cost averaging, buying when everyone's fearful and waiting until you make some profits and then take out some of those profits, all depending on what your target is. Some people's target might be 500K Bitcoin. However, my target is definitely 500K or even $1 million per Bitcoin. However, I would like to take some profits in the meantime because taking, let's say, half of my initial investment won't hurt anybody and it definitely won't hurt me. That's what I think, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. It would help me tremendously and it would help more people maybe make potential 700% plus on crypto. That's it for me. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.